in the drive, the shades are down. He's mad at the box, but there's no one around. And angels smoke with snow on their wings. Huddled in an alley saying some of those things you shouldn't say out loud, that no one should hear. You take a look around and the meaning is clear. Cause the phone is dead, the bills aren't paid. The housekeeper admits that she is afraid. There's people on the road with maps and flares. A convoy of trucks moves from there. And some attempts help but are turned away by a handwritten sign, no visitors today. A conference of saints meet in the hall. Jazz, coffee, and praise and stab at the wall. Where have you gone? Don't bury your head. We're getting concerned that you might be sick. Satan conjures evil, and when he's done, there's silence from heaven. He's thinking, this is no fun. He makes his way to heaven through the gates down the hall, pounding on the door, doing nothing through the wall. And the moving men want someone to sign. A representative says that everything is fine. When the TV camera's off, there's sweat on his brow. He wonders if purgatory has his resume by now. Where have you gone? Don't bury your head. We're getting concerned that you might be sick. In a shipping room, an old lady sits. If the whistle blows, she bends her head and quits. 10 miracles completed. It's been a busy day. She can't keep up the pace, but the work won't go away. Where have you gone? Don't bury your head. We're getting concerned that you might be sick. Frustration and tension, you know what I mean? And normally I come out, hi everyone, how's it going? I'm Hamell on trial, it's great to be here, sons of God. But that was, now I learned something. Lock me out of the venue. And then put me into an impenetrable, it's first day with a new teeth. You think you can get shit on eBay, but you can't really. In maze, you put me there with a maze, and the cheese, this was the cheese. I mean, metaphorically, this was the cheese, and I was the little rat trying to find the cheese, sniffing around, right? And down there in the hoity-toity restaurant, they interpreted me as a rat. They wanted to step right on my fucking tail and beat me with a broom. And that pissed me off. And that's why when I got up here, instead of, sons of, you got the full fucking bore thing. Woo! Yeah, all right. Oh, by the way, see, now that's the thing. What I've learned is when I've been listening to the recordings of the show is that the jokes that I used to tell some jokes occasionally, just something that would come to mind, and I would tell a joke, and then I realized the jokes aren't that funny. No one wants to hear the jokes. So I apologize. If you paid for the jokes, I'll give you £1 or a pence on the way out. And then the poignant, heart-wrenching stories that I tell between the songs, I've realized they're not that good. They're not moving anybody or changing anybody's life or bringing anyone to tears or anything like that. So I've cut those out. So I'll give you another £1 on the way out. And let's be frank, the songs aren't that fucking good either. So what I'd like to do, in light of it's kind of a black box theater here, I'm going to do about 45 minutes of interpretive dance for you. And we'll have a good time, especially when I get down to the thong, which no one really wants to see. No, don't scream, ladies, honest. Well, screaming you may do, but... this is a song about getting older and dating. All right, I do have a joke. So, an old timer goes to the, don't turn this fan on because it'll mess my hair. An old timer goes to he's interviewing for a job, and the interviewer says, hey, what do you think is your worst fault? And the old timer says, I think I'm too honest. And the interviewer says, I don't think honesty's a fault. And the old timer says, I don't give a fuck what you think. Little song about getting older and dating. If you bring your kid with you on a date anymore, to the movies, to the mall, to the grocery store, I'm gonna shoot him through the head. Good Lord, I hate your kid. He's 14 years old, he is pissy and bold. He doesn't do shit that he is told. He's got way too much pot. If you don't think he's dealing, you have got a lot to learn. I wanna burn your kid. He's got a gun and he's got a taser. She caught him with both and it still didn't phase her. He said, oh geez, here ma, I'm just holding it for some other guy. Not in a million years and I think that bullshit story would fly. She bought it, she did, I hate her kid. I hate your kid, I hate your kid. He's violent and dumb, just like someone else I know. His father, how would I bother with this weird genetic strain? With a pain in my brain, I hate your kid. The single pair blues, this is the news. All across the land, let's join hands and kill that kid. Am I overreacting? Well, I ain't retracting. Look into my eyes, woo! I despise that kid. Let's bring it home! Voice, hey buddy, you want to go for a ride? I'm skeptical. This guitar's almost dust. I said, what you got in mind, old timer? And that guitar pushed its way to the front. Saintly, sincere. Go for a ride, boy. Ancient faces, chariot races, forbidden places, exotic embraces, pyramid construction, camel riding, time machine gliding, white line, feeble believer, ride to thunder, Texaco, Mexico, gas kind, southern hose, no nose, ride the lightning, ride the wild surf. Ride a white swan. Jenny, take a motherfucking ride for God's sake. I said, whoa, hold on there, chatty baby. I say, how old are you anyway, guitar? And that guitar said I was born in 37, on the road by 11. I can play as sweet as an axe from heaven, but I need a partner to start here like the James Boys, Frank and Jesse, like the Untouchables with Elliot and Nessie, like Bonnie and Clyde when they get aggressive, like Romeo and Juliet, they start to caressy, like Bartles and James, a pause to refreshy, like Salt and Pepper, like the Zia Mondresi, like Sid and Nancy, dead and gone, God bless him, like the Everly Brothers, how the voices they measure, like Jake LaMotta and his brother Joe Pesci. I said, whoa, hold on there, Tandem Ted. I say, how much it cost anyway, guitar? And that guitar said, I'm a mere $200. And I said, well, I only got a mere $10. And that guitar said, when you go through the door over there, you give that $10 to the man behind the counter,
You pay the balance off quick, you know, when your ship comes in. So I gave that man the $10 and I waited for my ship to come in. I go down the dock every day, my little boating sneakers, my sailor's cap, my Thurston Howe, the third blazer, my fish sticks, I bought binoculars. I scanned the 7 seas, no ship. I launched flares. I went to nautical school. I got a job as a longshoreman. I learned how to walk like Marlon Brando and on the waterfront. I studied Moby Dick. I got a tattoo that read Ishmael, no ship. I sold sails. I drank with pirates. I yo-ho-hoed a bottle of rum. I got both sea shanties. I rented Jaws. I watched reruns of The Love Boat. I collected coral. I lived in a lighthouse. I bought scuba gear. I hired divers to race the Titanic. I took the confession of the old man of the sea. I bribed Charlie Tuna. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. Bingo ships, but not mine. You know, I anticipated a very cold winter vice fishing, but my ex-wife paid out the guitar as a birthday present. Epilogue, Crime and Punishment, love story. The Crime Game, love story. Brokeback Mountain, absolutely a love story. Saw this bullshit about the guitar, ultimately distills to a love story. Now I gotta write the hooky chorus for the big hit record, and just like Justin Bieber, I'm gonna bring home the fucking bacon. It's a love story. It's a love story. It's a love story. Called the happiest man in the world, and that's what I am. I'm the happiest man in the world. That's a pretty bold claim, but it's the truth. I'm not saying I'm a little chipper, or, you know, I'm the second most glee-infested son of a bitch on the planet. I'm saying I'm the happiest fucker in the world. I love this part of this song right here. Listen. Then they do this, listen. Then they do this part. I fucking love that. What's wrong with me? Well, I'm broker, then I know there's also, because I know you're seeing all this shit. You see the fly? You see him going around? Like, what is he thinking, really? You know what I mean? Like, this guy's sweaty. This is awesome. Like, I've been flying around this place. I was lost down in the, now I'm flying up here. This guy, I'm going to land on this son of a bitch and lick the shit out of him. Well, I'm broker than broke, and it's all up in smoke. I got 0. Gambled and beat, no shoes on my feet. I ain't no hero. My luck is all lost at a horrible cost, and I'm down and held to ground and viewed as unsound. And I gotta say, I'm the happiest man in the world. When you ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing they can take away. I got all the time in the world to check out this gorgeous stage. Ain't got no cell phone, bill collectors leave me alone. Ain't got no unaffordable mortgage, I know unaffordable home. And I gotta say, I'm the happiest man in the world. Look at my friends, they're all like jewels, and I'm rich. Some people get power, and they act like fools. I'll never switch. Sitting on a park bench loving the sun. Ain't got a fucking nickel, but it sure is fun. And I gotta say, I'm the happiest man in the world. Well, I went to the ATM when I woke and almost choked when it spoke. Said you are broke, financially depleted. Your money is deleted. Like your hairline, it has receded. It continued to speak and said it's bleak, your troubles are peak, but it offered a solution, a bit of restitution. This ATM was a machine with the means filling the beans to pay for my dreams. I said, oh, you're giving me chills. Spit out the bills. I need a tower of gold, the contents of a king's billfold. I need the treasure in a pirate's hold. I need cash, hard and cold. I'm insatiable from what I've been told. I need the profits of a corporation sold, and if I can be so bold, well, Wall Street stolen enough dough to buy rolls and hand-tailored clothes and mansions and islands that I have chosen. I don't want to die. I want my body to be froze. Security that'll never doze. Life sculpture or perpetual pose. I want the ability to buy and sell men's souls. I want to be bathed in velvet from my head to my toes. I want my teeth capped in gold, so when the light goes out, my headache glows. Now, no sooner had I spoken than that ATM spit out a bus token. Said, here's the situation, you'll be taking public transportation. I was incredulous. This was an insult off the charts. I said, what do I look like? Cinderella of the Walmart? I felt like a clown as I drove to the town in the bus in the back. I thought I had riches, but I didn't have jack. I in the street, trying to comprehend my defeat. And who did I spy with my little eye but Sheena, with a new life complete? See, she had done time for a serious crime, but after incarceration, she had given her life a new interpretation by ringing the bell for the salvation of souls. And when they hear the bell toll, they know they are in receipt of a place to eat and a place to warm their feet. And I said, look at my friend Sheena, ain't she an angel, righteously sweet? Her life could have been for naught. Her resurrection was hard fought. And here comes Bobby, he's off the pipe. He should have been dead, we all thought. He was up to his neck, he was a wreck. But he kept it in check with a sense of humor. He had us laughing at his antics, even to a tumor. And I hope he hangs on to his health, because roaring at his glorious stories adds to my wealth. And there's Jennifer. She's working, clerking, but she's also on the pole. Got the young boys jerking. Now that's no judgment berserking. Homelessness was lurking. She's got a special needs child, so she does it all with a smile, bordering on smirking. I think it's safe to say that I had an epiphany that day. Look at all my friends, barely employed, maintaining their integrity, not null and void, inspirational, conversational. These are the things that I've enjoyed. I've seen beggars with a stature of kings. I've seen homeless sharing as if they had wings, and other things like patience on death's door, smiling more, not knowing what's in store. I saw with clarity, charity, and it humbled me galore. And I went back to that ATM again, and I requested an encore, because sometimes you gotta open up your eyes and see what life is truly for. And that ATM didn't glow. It said, aw, you ain't really broke. You're rich as a king. You just ain't got no money. That's the thing. The more shit you got, the more shit you got that'll break. Put down that cell phone. Talk to them face to face. I'm checking out people, and I'm loving their ways. And I ain't been broke in all of my days. And I gotta say, I'm the happiest man in the world. Broke up after 25 years, which hit me pretty hard because I didn't see that one coming. But it's all good now. We'll talk about that later. But we're good friends and good parents to a great kid. But in that first song there, in that song Happiest, man, I mentioned some people. I mentioned Jennifer, and here's a song about her. All old men will be looking hard, cheer right up when they're feeling tired. She cracks out the old tricks, times are tough. She's working 3 jobs, ain't that enough? And hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Hey, Jennifer Strippin again. The boss is too young, where's the old crowd? The music's too heavy, way too loud. She don't wanna start drinking, but the days are slow. Just a little pill for the get up and go. And hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Hey, Jennifer Strippin again. There's a guy talking movies, but she said no way. She could sure use the money, but not today. She got a sister in Duluth, screaming in her ear with a daycare expense. What's she gonna clear? But when she's at home, she's mommy again. Who can explain yearnings, money, and men? And Bobby twitters, man, she's back. Facebook pokes, I'd like to get her in the sack. And hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Well, she almost cashed it in when some guy felt her, but she'll be damned if she'll end up in a shelter. Things will get better, you know how things are. She had to buy a gun though to get to her car. She's got class, it appears to me. She's on the pole with great dignity. And I gotta get moving, and I put down my beer, and I'm praying to God she ain't here next year. And hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Hey, Jennifer Strippin again. Thanks. This is from the new album too. And not unlike the last one. The last one was really a song about the economy. And this is a song about the economy too. A little more optimistic. Got a little news, and for once it was good. Shit about the boys in the neighborhood. Yeah, cheers are the up, make no mistake. When one of our buddies gets a break, Richard got a job. Richard got employed. You can tell by the way he walks, he's overjoyed. Richard got a gig, ooh baby, this is big. And it's cold when the universe gives you stuff you dig. Ain't real great, just hang around. Idle hands on the devil's playground. Time not working can fuck with your head. Trying to find a reason to get your butt out of bed. Richard got a job, Richard got employed. Tell by the way he walks, he's overjoyed. Richard got a gig, ooh, baby, this is big. And it's cold when the universe gives you stuff you dig. You got bills to pay. You need food to eat. Maybe check out a girl. Ain't that a treat? Buy your friends a cup of Joe, catch a movie or two. Ain't it a stone cold bitch what the country's going through? Richard got a job. Richard got employed. Tell by the way he walks, he's overjoyed. Richard got a gig. Woo, baby, this is big. Ain't it cool when the universe gives you stuff you dig? It's just part-time, but he's doing really well. And I think they're going to give him extra hours. thermometer, 73 fucking degrees.
So, the marriage split up. And as I say, I didn't see it coming. So I got a little love song. Love song's on the album, you know. I'm gonna... This groove is cool. Listen, the groove's... I'm gonna go jam with those dudes. Listen. It's been cool hanging out with you, but so anyway, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say, as I say, we're friends. I didn't see coming. It was, you know, it was hard. It was very, very difficult. So, but this is what I've come to the conclusion, and I don't want anybody. This is a joke that I think is going to sort of clarify the way I feel about the whole damn thing. And I don't want anybody to interpret this joke as misogynist in any way. And if you do, I'm a Libra and I need balance, and so I got a very, very pro-women, unquestionably pro-women joke after this. So if any of you feel the need to balance out the evening, I can make sure that that happens for you. So anyway, here's the joke that I think will pretty much sum up the whole fucking thing. A guy wins the $1 million lottery, and he immediately gives the that's the little, he's littler than the fly. Did you see him? Like he's his buddy, like he called his buddy on the subway. Because it's the sweaty guy, you got to check him out. So now they're coming out of the fucking woodwork. Well, anyway, he wins the $1 million lottery, and he immediately gives the $1 million away to charity. And the next time, every penny. And the next time he's praying, the Lord appears to him and says, "My God, that was my me." He says, "That was such a generous, selfless act. I don't typically do this, but I'd like to grant you a wish." And the guy said, "Well," he said, "all right." He says, "I live in New York, and I love Hawaii. I'm obsessed with Hawaii, but I'm terrified to fly. What would be the possibility of maybe you building a bridge from New York to Hawaii, and then instead of flying, I could drive at my leisure?" And the Lord says, "Well, I could do that, but logistically, this would be a nightmare. We'd have to put people out of their homes, and the potential for people dying during the construction would be great. Would you have a second wish?" And the guy said, "Well, I've always wanted to understand women." And God said, "Would you like the bridge 2 lanes? Or 4 fucking lanes?" There you go. Hey, here's the pro-women joke, just to balance out the thing. A woman, I won't have the intellectual capacity to get this one. I couldn't get through the door over there. Lord knows, this piece of plastic here. Oh. All right. Oh, I got a baby penis joke that wouldn't go over here. We can't do that shit. There's a Gary Glitter moment there. Woman on the bed, naked, happy, jumping up and down on the bed, you know. Her husband comes in. "Why are you so happy? He's not such a nice guy." She said, "I just went to the doctor. The doctor told me that I have the breasts of a 20-year-old woman." And the husband says, "Yeah? Did he mention your 40-year-old ass?" She said, "No, your name didn't come up." I can't live without you, baby. Don't you know I don't want to try? I can't live without you, baby. Don't you know I just as soon die? All the shitholes we had, where the drinking was mad, all the mirrors we smashed, all the cars that we crashed. Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't that? You once told me that I brought home every paroled felon in town. And I laughed when you told me that. You thought they were a
blast to half round. Are the mornings on coke? Are the years we were broke? Are the loving till dawn, like a war raging on? Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't that there's no other for me that I can talk to. I know we've been screaming. It's a thing we'll get through. Ooh. Let's grow old together, baby. Don't you know we've made it this far? Let's grow old together, baby. We already are. Of the years we've been wed, are our friends that are dead, are the dreams that came true, are the ones yet to do. Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't that love? A couple more from the new album. I'm gonna take some requests and
I was in Cardiff and I went to the dentist and I said, could you do some work, but I don't want anyone to notice. No problem, I got you covered. Can you tell? You want to hear a joke? Here we go. Later on, remind me to tell you the old man and the dentist joke. But anyway, this is a religious song from the new record. Come on, don't fuck around. Careful. Oh, never return. No.
my God, your God seemed to be cut from two different tapestries. My God, your God seemed to be at odds, baby, endlessly. Your God seemed like an angry man ruling this world with an iron hand. Your God need a lot of praise. He got the bad morale most of his day. My God seemed like a real cool girl. She's got a sense of humor. She's ruling this world, and my God got a lot of class. Your God is a pain in the ass. People go to war using that God gonna bring peace. Isn't that I keep on praying with a severed limbs. Is your God her? Is it him? God's at odds for all time. God's at odds in your mind. God's at odds. Needs rocking on, it won't float. Plane needs hollering on, it won't fly. When the eagles is a rugged and it falls from the sky. Don't tell me not to criticize, and don't tell me that my lips are loose. Don't tell me I don't love this place that gave me Lenny Brew. When you're walking down the street like a Malcolm X, or when you're eating nigga lunch and say what comes next? Sweet black angel saying something ain't right. I can walk these streets into the night. I can walk these streets named for Joe or Ramon. I can think back on that gabba gabba hype. Don't tell me, brother, what I love. Like Buddy Holly said, baby, that'll be the day. I wanna know is freedom fly here in the castle you and me. Solid to the flame beyond the sea. Desperately working to make ends meet, and the rich get richer and the poor so poor, and you can't get sick cause you can't afford no health care on these mighty shores. Look at the old, what's in store? No money, no education, have a middle degree, and a first class mission doesn't need the knowledge. It's a situation, another cycle, another generation. On the TV, we're screaming at each other like kids in the schoolyard. It's embarrassing, brother, am I naive to say? Gotta work together like a wave of a flag, it's gone forever. I wanna know is freedom fly here? Is it past to you again? Solid to the flame beyond the sea. To be funny now, was it funny? Was it right on the money? Levity helps me through the pain, but it's a bulging at the seams and it's starting to strain. And I pledge allegiance to those that tried to find the truth when the country lied. Create beauty, leave hell behind. I guess Charles Mingus comes to mind. And don't wave that flag in my face when you're making this place a disgrace. Your global view needs rearranging, cause the times, my friends, they are a-changing. I wanna know, is freedom fly here as I pass through you and me? to the flame beyond the sea. I wanna know is freedom flying. There's a path through you and me. Falling to the flame beyond the sea.
Hail!
Hail, you got it. What else? You got it. What
The
else?
the vines.
The vine. Okay. Got four. That'll do it. Thanks. I heard Bill. So I got it. You related to my wife, Bill? Nice. Okay, hey, let's do Hail. Because we're having such a great time. Hey, Ed, we're really having a great time. Could you bum us out with a song about hate crimes? Yes, I got one. Don't worry, I got one. Don't worry. So you probably will know everybody in the song. Matthew Shepard was a gay gentleman, young man in the Midwest of the United States, and he was murdered. And Brandon Tina, if you ever saw the movie Boys Don't Cry, which was an early Hillary Swank masterpiece. And then Brian Danique was a punk rock kid from Amarillo, Texas. Had a mohawk and a jacket with some bands written on it, and they ran him over. Didn't like the way he looked, so that's everybody in the Jeep.
I pride myself on being in tune all the time.
I do. It's an amazing, the guitar, all jokes aside, for being made in 1937, in light of the climate changes, and it's up in the plain and it's freezing cold, and it's astonishingly accurate. Okay? And for those of you that play guitar, you know what I'm talking about. But I mean, it's amazing. It never goes out of tune. It's fucking. I mean, tonight it is. Other than tonight. Brandon Tina and Brian Danique met for coffee in heaven last week. He said, I like mine black. And she said, you ever want to go back? He said, no, we can be who we want to be. He said, no, we can be who we want to be. Matthew Shepard dropped by for dessert. And they asked Matthew, does it still hurt? And he paused and spit over the rail. It flew down to earth just like hail. He said, no, we can be who we want to be. He said, no, we can be who we want to be. Well, down on earth, he held her tight. She held her tight. He held him tight. It was the morning. They cried all night. Through the window, they saw the hail. And she asked him, have we failed? He said, no, we can be who we want to be. He said, no, we can be who we want to be. South to a new state, pawned my guitar to get there. Slept on the floor of a friend of a friend. I got a temp job, government work. Was weeding, they gave it a glorified title. Foliage reconciliation. 4:30 a.m., a field truck picks up 60 of us, men and women. The sky is dark and hot, the air thick as damp pepper. A 2-hour ride to the work area, no one talks. A blazing sun rises, men strip their shirts. Someone sings. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. We enter what appears to be a tunnel, pitch black and sauna temperature. After riding 40 miles, I see through the steam of the truck's headlights we're on a road in a dense jungle of vines, massive, tangled, thick as sleeping snakes, some 30 stories tall, blocking the sun, the stilled arteries of a giant beast. At the campsite, we're issued overalls and cutting tools. The blades are rusty and broken. A whistle blasts. We begin. We work by the light of flares, hacking at vines. No one talks. I attempt to joke. I think I'm going to be sickle. No one laughs. Blades whip the air, gouging at bark. Weeks will pass. Lift. Cut. Lift. Cut. On and on and on until I seek refuge in anything to end the monotony. A postal worker's position. Or a root canal. An old man covered in sores and continuously wheezing has been there 40 years. He's allergic, a worker tells me. Why doesn't he quit, I ask. They stare as if I've lost my mind and lose his benefits. 2 strict 10-minute breaks and lunch. Mandatory state regulation. Everybody says it every day. The day ends at 6 and the truck is always late. Coming home, the air blows sweet against our faces. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. After working 4 months, I save enough to get my guitar and a hock. The job never gets any easier, nor do we make any headway with the vines. What we clear at night has grown back by morning. I work alongside an old woman who I make friends with. And before I quit, I ask her why we never make a dent in the vines. They grow too fast, she said. I've been here 40 years, we've come no further. I tell them they should start with the roots, but they're too busy to hear. Then she bent her head and cut. Whoa, whoa. that the majority of their readership has the IQ of a Maroon 5 fan. So you put in your mouth, you show lots of thigh, coy celebrity sexy, teasing cleavage, ass in the air, selling your product, down on your knees. Why so shy? You stand for nothing really, you got nothing to say. It's insulting your pretense of integrity. Why don't you just take the movie's name, tattoo it on your labia, spread your legs for the camera? What difference would it make? Fuck it! Why go halfway? Fuck it! Why go halfway? You think you might be Jesus? Let's be frank, you're the lead singer of a big rock band. Let's get the bass player to nail you to a cross. Long rusty spikes right through your hands. Fuck it! Why go halfway? Fuck it! Why go halfway? Now, you're a world leader with your finger on the button and you're thinking that history is smiling on you. Blow the shit out of everybody that doesn't agree. Do the name of patriotism or religion. What else should get you? Fuck it! Why go halfway? Fuck it! Why go halfway? I am a self-righteous prick with a great big mouth, but I'm sick to death of mediocrity in life. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know I'm yelling down a hole. I used to sing between the lines, but then I got wise. Fuck it! Why go halfway? Fuck it! Why go halfway? For about 83% done with my part of the evening here, people, and this is the audience participation part of the night. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to do this, but it's always nice to yell fuck it in a room of like-minded people. There's a lot of rooms you might want to do this in, like, I don't know, school or work or, I don't know, Starbucks, the post office, the motor vehicle bureau, your mother-in-law's house, your ex-wife's house. I'm exposing too much here. I can tell. It got weird for a split second. I can tell. Anyway, but it's cathartic, people. You know, sometimes I do it because I'm pissed off. Tonight I'm going to do it in a celebratory type way, but it's just like bloodletting, you know? It's a spiritual thing. I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to count to 4, and we're going to yell fuck it at the top of our lungs. So take that deep breath and let it out now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it! Yeah! Louder! 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it! Louder! 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it! That's good. Give it up, give it up, give it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it! I go halfway. My request. I always like doing this one. I do it for me as much as you. For those of you that don't know, Bill Hicks was the greatest comedian that ever lived. More than a comedian, he was a philosopher, he was a sociologist, he was a humanist, he might even have been a theologian. Unfortunately, Bill died in 1993 of pancreatic. Jeez, can I talk tonight or what the fuck? You is the problem. You're the problem. Red Bull, you're like fucking crack to me. Therein lies the fucking problem. And I'm awake 24 hours a day now because of that fucking shit right there. Every time I try to go to sleep, I think, another Red Bull. That'll get me over the fucking hump. It's like a trail mix. I got Percocet, I do a little Lexapro, I do a couple of 15, 16, 18, 20, 30, I do about 118 of them fuckers right there. Unfortunately, Bill died in 1993 at the age of 34 of pancreatic cancer. This is the song that I wrote for him. And I wish Bill Hicks was alive. I wish Bill Hicks had survived. Hi. And I wish Bill Hicks was alive. I wish Bill Hicks had survived. he'll do brilliant comedy. The world is crazy. You're on your own. I hear Bill's voice. I feel I'm not alone. And I wish Bill Hicks. The devil, he calls up to heaven. He says, put me through to God. God gets on the phone and says, what? The devil said, you got Bill Hicks up there? God said, yep. 2 weeks, sold out. Gabriel Arena. The devil said, sold out? God said, yeah, we love them up here. We're busting them up from purgatory. The devil said, well, can you give me tickets? God said, ha! What'd you ever do for me? The devil said, hey, without me, there'd be no you. God said, well, I'll see what I can do. The devil said, can you give me some of them backstage passes? God said, you're pushing it. You're always fucking pushing it. For all the reasons I just came to bring Bill back from the grave. The world is crazy. You're on your own. When I hear Bill's voice, I feel I'm not alone. One more time with that one. The world is crazy. You're on your own. I hear Bill's voice. I feel I'm not alone. And I wish Bill Hicks was alive. He's alive. The spirit lives on. He's alive. 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 He's alive! 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 He's
drunks and thieves and whores. And what's more, the poor I find more trustworthy than lawyers, politicians, and media magicians. I love crazy, drugged up sluts that stab your guts. I love the nuts, the whacked, the cracked, the once employed, now sacked. I love them. They're my brothers. They're my sisters. They're my mothers. I love the lost. Repeating tragedy at any cost. Can't take no loss. To deride them, inside them, there's feelings. They can't hide them. So they show it, and they blow it, and they're gone before you know it. We're all chumps. Beautiful chumps with righteous lumps and sacred pumps. We rise from our domes. Fate will teach
stretch. And I want to thank you very much for coming out. And I just got a couple more for you. It's been going pretty good so far, right?
Yeah.
And you know that the guy knows, he knows how to play the songs. You know that, right? How'd you like to help me do something? Because I got a new thing that I have not got. Here's the deal. I'll tell you the story. Because I'm doing this Edinburgh Fringe Festival, right? So I'm gonna talk. I mean, it's not gonna be that radically removed from what you saw, but I am gonna focus a little bit more on the breakup of the marriage, and then kind of the, quite frankly, spiritual. There was a spiritual evolution. I want to believe that there was, and I had several epiphanies. But along the way, after about a year of it became brutally apparent that there was no salvaging the marriage. As desperate as I was trying, frankly, it almost became humiliating. And so finally, in desperation, one evening, and I think you can tell over the microphone, I have no qualms about being honest with you. I told you I was a fucking retard down in the thing over here. So I said to the audience, I said, my marriage is shot, and there's no saving it. I need a fuck buddy, So so later on, a young lady approached, very sweet. It was the right girl for the time. The universe always answers your prayers. Although I've been praying a lot for Kate Moss. I ain't seen her yet. But anyway. She was nice. She was very sweet. She had a great sense of fucking humor, And she said she wanted to apply for the job, which was very nice. And then I had to tell her, that I hadn't, I had not kissed. This is true, actually. And not only was I sober for 25 years, but I was actually faithful for 25 years. So I hadn't kissed another woman in 25 years. So I had to tell her, hey, I got something to talk to you about. She had, as I say, great sense of humor. She said, let me guess, you have both sets of genitalia down there. And how did she know? No, see, I'm testing. This is what I'm doing. I'm working material right now. That's what I'm doing. Thank you very much. So that's a good line. So anyway, and then it was a wonderful evening. We had to talk. I had to get to know her, and she had similar situation and whatever. But so I wrote a song called "Fuck Buddy." So but I haven't ever done it, and I don't even know that I've got it memorized. But maybe you could help. You want to help me?
Yeah.
All right.
You get to shout fuck again.
Huh?
You get to shout fuck again.
You can. I ain't gonna stop you. Right, if that makes you feel good, fuck it. You can jerk off, bro. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Shit, we can make it interesting. I'll put a little sand in the Vaseline. Alright. Let me see if I've never ever even done this kind of thing before. So, but it's kind of a hip hoppy thing, I think. So, but it's got to be slow. So your job would be, could you just? You don't have to go. No, this isn't a fucking One Direction show or anything. But just can you do that for me? And I'll point every once in a while. I'll point to you. Dude. You just go fuck. You feel like my Flavor Flav, right?
Fuck yeah.
Timing.
That's everything.
Okay, here we go. A fuck buddy, and a more amigo, a rather good song to buffer your ego. Sex, show when you're feeling gone. A mutual compadre that wants to get some. A lust, friend, bone and crony, bed down, acquaintance, pass the baloney, a way hot bestie, put to the test. Your mouth went south, but you made a request. Ain't it lovely when you're slamming it solo? And then, okay, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing infinitely better than me. Let me do the chorus again. A fuck buddy, an amore amigo, a rock a good start to buffer your ego. A sex, chum when you're feeling drunk. A mutual compadre that wants to get some. A lust, friend, bone and crony, bed down, acquaintance, pass the baloney, away hot bestie, put to the test. Your mouth went out when you made a request. Fuck, a fuck buddy. That's good. Thanks. It's all right, right? All right. God bless you. All right, cool. All right. Fuck. So this is from the new album. I just got a couple more. And on the new album, my dear friend Kimya Dawson there from the Moldy Peaches, and she wrote the soundtrack for Juno. She does a duet with me, and on this one. Let me just tell you this last joke. So it's an old time married couple, because this is what this is about. For those of you that are in a relationship and you're going to go to the bitter end,
And I like the fact there was that little dance like we wouldn't see you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's a guy, do the dance. Like they disappear, you know? It could be like a war effort, you know? We've been putting in camouflage, but just have them do a little dance. Where the fuck do you go? So anyway, okay, old timer. So married couple, they've been married for 50 years, and he loves her to death, you know? And the anniversary's coming up, 50-year anniversary, and he wants to give her something nice, you know? And he says to her, what would you like? Something special, piece of jewelry? You want to go on a holiday? You want a new car? What would you like, you know? She says, well, there is something that I would like to talk to you about, but I feel kind of weird. He goes, no, it's 50th wedding anniversary. Anything you want. She says, okay, well, I've never had an orgasm. And the old timer says, ooh, wow, you know? She goes, yeah. She goes, I felt weird talking to you about it, you know? I didn't know. He says, what do you suggest? And the old lady says, what do you think about going to the therapist? And the old timer says, absolutely. So they make an appointment with the therapist, and the therapist hears the story and says, you know what, you guys, you've been married for 50 years, and there's probably not, I'll catch you up real quick. So it's, no, where are you going? Just doing that little jig. He's like a leprechaun from Wales. Elderly couple, they've been married for 50 years, and he loves her to death. 50th wedding anniversary's come up. He wants to get her anything. She says, I want to talk to you about something I've never had an orgasm. They make an appointment with the therapist. You're up to date. And in Breaking Bad, it was Blue, and then Jesse didn't die, but okay. And let's see. Rosebud was the sled. All right. In the Crying Game, he had a penis. Okay. Titanic, the boat sinks. That's it. I failed everything. Spoiled everything for you. Okay. So the therapist says, not a lot I can tell you. You've been married for 50 years. Well, we do have one technique here. It's a little unorthodox, but it has proven to be 100% effective. The old timer says, what is it? Well, we want to do it. And the therapist says, well, we got a nice kid here. He's a young kid. He's an intern. And he would accompany you and your wife in the bedroom as you make love. And he stands on the bed and he waves a towel. And the old timer says, well, I don't know about that. We're kind of private people. This is an intimate moment. The therapist says, well, it is what she wants, and it has proven to be 100% effective. And the old timer says, all right, we'll do it. So they meet the kid he is. He's a nice kid. He's a good-looking kid. They all go in the bedroom. They take off their clothes. The kid gets on the bed. He's waving the towel. The old timer gets on the old lady, and God bless him, he's doing the best he can. And he's fucking her for like 20, 30 minutes, nothing. She's not feeling anything, very discouraged, very distraught. And the old timer looks at the young kid and says, what do you think? And the young kid says, okay. Now, occasionally, this does in fact happen, and we have a variation on the technique whereby you and I would exchange places. And I would make love to your wife, and you would wave the towel. And the old timer says, well, I don't know about that. And the young kid says, well, it is what she wants, and it has proven to be 100% effective. And so the old timer goes, all right, we'll do it. So the old timer gets up there, and he's waving the towel, and the young kid gets on the old lady, and he is fucking her excellently. He is fucking her awesomely. And within 2 or 3 minutes, she's like, and she comes. And the old timer looks at the young kid and he goes, you see, that's the way you wave a fucking towel. Mumbling like a couple of fools together. All our friends are gonna be dead. New fake friends in our heads together. Staring at the TV, holding hands, going to the bathroom in our pants together. Well, I am gonna love ya till your dying day. I'm gonna love ya till you're old and gray, deaf and dumb, and come what may.
We'll be entertained by dancing with the stars together. Together. All our friends are gonna be dead. New fake friends in our heads together. Together. Staring at the TV, holding hands, going to the bathroom in our pants together. Our kid's spending all we saved. He can't wait to see us in our grave together. Together, I'm a realist. Yeah, I'm gonna love ya. Till your bones are weak, I'm gonna look into the vein, show through your cheek. Tell a story, takes a week. Together, I'm gonna love ya till your dying day. I'm gonna love ya till you're old and gray. Death and dying come one day. Together, together, together. Together! Hey audience, I got stuff for sale. I got thank you. I had a really good time. It's a great place. I want to thank Olin for inviting me. How did it sound? It sound all right? I didn't have nothing to do with it. How about Jake on the sound there, huh? So what else? Okay, stuff for sale. I got my new one, new Happiest Man in the World. My friends Kimmy Dawson, Annika Franco, they're all on there. And I got it in vinyl, and the vinyl is a digital download card. When you open up the vinyl, that digital download card wants to fly across the room because. And then there's a great, that's the truth, and there's a greatest hits CD that my son, my 12-year-old boy, Detroit, he picked my greatest hits. This is a true story about Detroit. Here's Detroit's joke. He comes up and tells this joke. Two 10-year-old kids are at the bus stop smoking, and a guy comes up and goes, "Hey, you kids, you shouldn't do that. You should stop. You get a disease, you get sick, you die, you should quit immediately." And one of the kids goes, "You know, my dad lived till he was 80. And the guy goes, "Yeah, was he a smoker?" He goes, "No, but he minded his own fucking business." It's funny coming from a 12-year-old kid, too. What was I going to say? And if you could like me on Facebook, I sure would appreciate it. And I'll be out later to sign if you do, in fact, buy the stuff. And I want to say thanks for my buddy Dave. Will sell that to you. He's a sweetie of a guy. He won't bite you, right? Don't worry. And what else? That's it. Thanks for letting me be me, because I know it's not for everybody.
Particularly occasionally, because of my anarchistic politics and my potty mouth, when I'm in the United States, in the southern states, in the more conservative states like Alabama immediately comes to mind. When I get done with the show, a member of the audience wants to have a little chat with me about what they heard, more like a debate. They want to have a debate, a confrontation. They want to. I got in a fight with my television. Actually, it wasn't my television. It was on a tour bus bound for I don't know where. There was no real reason to look out the window because that TV delivered that cool, solid ocean sky blue that lets me know that I'm modern. With my finger firmly planted on the pulse of these times, I was one with digital anticipation. I was going to be massively entertained. That satellite was like a giant siphon sucking the greatest entertainment out of the cosmos and spewing it into my lap. I lay back and I caressed the molded plastic remote in my hand. This was my lightning rod, my ATM card, my NASCAR stick shift, my Harriet Tubman Underground Railway to endless hours of eye-dazzling, ear-throbbing, heart-pumping, goosebump-inducing TV programming. This remote was a lot bigger than mine at home. This was 80 buttons at least. This was like going from a moped to a Harley. I had the ability to fast forward, record, view things in little boxes that were playing elsewhere, play those back with things I had recorded earlier. If I had a favorite celebrity, that TV would say, "You better change the channel right now if you want to catch your David Hasselhoff shooting the breeze with R.J. Leno in 5 different languages, sound surround, and enough pixels to shake a stick at, but you won't be shaking any sticks at any pixels, mister. You lay back and love your TV, but I couldn't get the fucking remote to turn the fucking TV on. I put in new batteries and it still didn't work. I pounded that power button like I was a Republican drilling for oil. I tried different combinations of settings, bypass and exit and select and guide and favorite and search and zoom and P-scan and 3D parental control V-chip and tracking and angle, and then a giant wave of insecurity overtook me. Maybe I wasn't good enough for this TV. I mean, after all, this wasn't my tour bus. I was just the opening act. That TV was smart. It was going to wait for the headliner to get there. And that's when I made my biggest mistake. I ventured over looking for the manual on and off button on the TV itself, and that TV burst on and said, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" I said, "I'm looking for the on and off button." He said, "What do you think I am, an abacus? Are you gonna wind me up with a crank or rub two sticks together for big 'em hot smoke to light 'em fire? Are you not aware of my colossal domain? I can empower, I can destroy, I can re-educate, I can eliminate history, I can distort facts, I can bold-face lie at will, I do it all day long, no one questions me. I can tempt you with products you can't possibly afford, burying you in debt. You'll come running back to gaze at celebrities to soothe you, medicate you. I will babysit your child. I am better than drugs. I fucking own you. My Fox News boasts fair and balanced reporting, but it's not a news show at all. It's an entertainment show for far-right neocon political agenda. It deals in fear and hatred, doled out by egocentric spin doctors who care about nothing but their own greedy power, and you fuckers take it seriously. It's mind-boggling how stupid you are. I lay before that 65-inch liquid crystal wafer-thin television with the integrated tuner, and I beg for mercy. Please don't take my Girls Gone Wild videos away from me! I live for E2 Hollywood story into divorce court, and I find hope in the Lee Boswell hair replacement hour. I know I've offended you. Give me another chance. Geraldo at large burst on, and I lay back with my Red Bull and Cheetos. Thank God for redemption. Larry the Cable Guy's up next, and then I'm gonna pimp my fucking ride. What's going down? What kind of stuff? When I come around, it's one guy, it's one guitar, so it's gotta be folk. Oh man, how wrong they are. You be the third the guitar and the rock and roll. If it's Puff the Magic Dragon, the Picasso was a hack. See this bullshit unplugged? It's like a monkey on my back. Unless you're talking Chuck Berry, then he ain't talking Jack. And I'm rocking like the Clash. It's acoustic kind of meanery. I'm as bad as 9 Inch Nails, but I don't need machinery. A little bit of wood, a little bit of wire. Call him Smokey the Bear, there's gonna be a fire. And if I ain't sweating, then it ain't no fun. I'm like the Beastie Boys, except I'm only one. I'm a bad motherfucker. You can't deny it, but I ain't got the balls of Pussy Riot. You need the songs with a car and a rock and roll. I use the headphones to study our piece. I started hearing voices, not like Judas Priest, mostly from the old guys like a whisper in the back, like Muddy Water saying, "Hi, it's only a tack." Spirituality, we talked about alternative lifestyles, we talked about the economy. This is the only fucking thing that gets on there. You need a song for your power and a rock and roll! In the basement, and I beat it in the yard, and I beat it like a band, and I beat it so fucking hard, and I beat it like a flag, and I beat it real proud, and I got a call from Saturn says it's too damn loud. Well, I won't change the world. Well, shit, I know all that. I might stall a politician by pissing in his hat. There's a land of many paths. There ain't only one right way, and I will keep on rocking it until my dying day. It's a world of many paths. There ain't only one right way, and I will keep on rocking that until my dying day. You made a song.